Pappardelle Bolognese. Coming up right now. Love pappardelle in this. San Marzano plum tomatoes. We're gonna put a little white wine in here. We're gonna use ground chuck. Got 1 rib of celery. I have 1 carrot. Got a little beef broth. I use this to keep it going so it doesn't get too dry, so it doesn't burn the bottom of your Dutch oven. Milk always goes in bolognese. Cream can be used for dry pasta, so that's also on the recipe. It allows for it. A little bit of onion and then pancetta. You're gonna do it diced. Parmigiano Reggiano. We're gonna finish with that. I'm gonna leave that off to the side. Smells so good, pancetta. You know, pancetta is not smoked. It's cured, but not smoked. There's nothing perfect about that chop. As long as it's small enough, it's gonna be fine. Bolognese is gonna cook for 2-3 hours. It's all gonna be nice. It's all gonna go together. I actually got a little secret about bolognese. Make your bolognese the day before. Put the whole pot in the fridge. The flavors just come together more. Kind of like when you make a pot of chili. That's kind of the deal. And you know, restaurants, they're not making bolognese to order. They're making bolognese for the week. They got a big, huge pot of it. Roughly the same amount of carrot and celery. So this recipe is following the exact recipe from the Chamber of Commerce, Bologna, and the only thing that I do different is I use a little bit of beef stock, which I think is nice. The original recipe has a lot less tomato than I'm going to use, and I'm not even using a lot of tomato here. So again, these things are things you want to play around with and make your own. So I used a half of a medium onion, no garlic in here. Plum tomatoes. Hand crush them or blender pulse them. It's up to you. Whoop, that was a big explosion. Use your shield hand better than I did, and then that won't happen. Very low flame right here. We're gonna get our pancetta to render a little bit. I'm like, what am I saying here? You know, it's gonna release some fat. When it does, we're gonna add in our veggies. See this right now? That's perfect. We're a little high right now, our flame. We're gonna go down, gonna bring it down a little bit. And gonna get our veggies in. So that's doing really nice. Ground beef. So I just dropped a big blob of ground beef in there. We don't want to just do that though. We gotta use our spoon and we gotta break it up. Just really break this up as best you can. All right, so we're gonna do wine. See? Right there. As long as you're putting good ingredients, you got good pancetta, that's a good bottle of Pinot Grigio, we got really good San Marzano plum tomatoes, we got great ingredients. I got awesome pappardelle. This is gonna be great. Okay, I'm gonna turn my heat up now. I'm gonna let this wine boil out. My wine now is completely absorbed. I think I got a splash right there. I'm gonna turn my heat back down. Make sure you're taking your big, your big heavy wooden spoon, whatever you have, and then you're scraping all those beautiful bits off the bottom, okay? Those are all flavor bits, caramelization from your pancetta, from your beef, from everything. We want all this to be in the sauce. All right, so we're gonna take our beautiful San Marzano plum tomatoes. Let's get them all in. We're gonna take 1 cup of beef stock too, low sodium. If you don't do it, make sure that you're opening every 20 minutes and you're checking, because if you're not, you might burn the bottom. We don't want to do that. And remember, by adding that, we're not altering anything. We're using beef already. We're just using more beef flavor. So, all right, guys. So we're near the end. It's been more than 2 hours, and I've been checking every 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Let's take a look at it right now to see how it is. I'm gonna take my nice pappardelle and I'm gonna get it in my pasta water. So depending on where you're at, you might have more liquid here. If you're too loose, I suggest you take your cover off, let it evaporate more. If you're very thick, you might need to add a little bit more liquid, but you've been doing that all along, right? You've been checking every 20, 30 minutes. So right here is like kind of the perfect consistency. We essentially already have the bolognese, right? What we're gonna do is, gonna lower this heat, gonna add in our milk. Some people like to cook the milk in the whole entire time. I like to add it near the end. If you're using dry pasta, you can use a little bit of cream. I don't think I need the cream here. I just think the milk is gonna be fine. So I like that consistency. It's gonna cook now, simmer for about 15 to 30 minutes as our pasta cooks. Toss in the pasta. I saved a bunch of pasta water on the side. I got a nice clean bowl right here. I'm gonna put a couple ladles of the bolognese on the bottom, a little bit of pasta water going in. Okay, we're just starting the process here. We're gonna get just the right amount of sauce for this. We're not gonna put more than we need, a little bit more. I think that's gonna be perfect. I love pappardelle. I think it's the best one to put on it, but you can use whatever you want. Traditionally, it's done with tagliatelle, which is similar to fettuccine. It's not traditionally done with spaghetti, but if you want to use spaghetti, use spaghetti. Let's grate up a little bit. I cannot wait to eat this. Like, share, subscribe, leave me a comment. Let me know the next recipe that you want me to make. I got a bunch of other comfort food recipes. One's coming up next. It might be carbonara, matriciana, my Italian sausage, cream sauce one. It'll be one of those because I have YouTube doing its thing. Anyway, until next time, see ya. Sip and Feast, episode number 20 something. I don't know what number it is. I can't figure that out. Yeah, my wife's laughing at me.